My dad always said he wanted to build a car one day. We never had the money for it, but that dream never left me. So I bought a 67 Mustang Coupe. Nothing fancy, just something we could work on together. I thought I'd clean it up, drive it, and call it a win. Staying getting work done. I love this car. Look at it. It's my baby. But one fix led to another, and before I knew it, I was cutting it in half. What started as a small project turned into something way bigger. I converted it to a Fastback. Now, I'm still welding it together, chasing that dream my dad and I talked about. The car's not ready yet, but its heart, the 289 reborn as a 331, is waiting. Alright, so you guys just seen it. This is my 289 engine, original in my 1967 Mustang Coupe when I bought the car. Now, I'm not going to pretend I'm so knowledgeable about engines. I don't know much compared to a lot of you guys. I took this engine apart, but anyone could take an engine apart. I'm not going to pretend I know everything. But this is a 289 built by my dad's friend at work who has a friend named Chris. Now, Chris is a genius when it comes to engines. He basically custom tailored a roadmap of everything I should get for everything I'm working with, and said it's not just about the engine, it's about all the components that surround the engine, you know, your transmission, your torque converter, your drivetrain, your rear end, like everything counts. And I didn't realize that. I'm just thinking big engine, big horsepower, because I don't know a lot. But this is a 289, a Ford small block 289 stroke to a 331. I wrote a little bit of notes down about some of the stuff I got for this. Just to break it down, there's a crawler cabinet, Scorpion, a 1.72 rock. We got Molle pistons, and then I also really like the way this looks. This is a Moroso oil pan, which holds the oil in place when you accelerate so it doesn't rush to the back. In my back end, I got a quick performance differential with 3.7 gears. Again, I didn't know what any of that was until Chris taught me, but I guess it's the perfect amount of takeoff and also being able to drive it on the highway so I don't get annoyed, and the gas mileage is a little bit better than something way high. He says this is gonna be about 450 horsepower. Now, is that dyno tested perfect exact number? 100% not. I'm gonna take his word for it. My dad and I are so excited to put this in the car. Now, there's one thing that I got a lot of criticism for, and it's when I got this car, never working on a car in my life, I took out the transmission. It was a C4 automatic. I only know automatic. I live in America. I don't live in Europe. I never drove a manual car besides one time. So my thought is to get that rebuilt because it wasn't working when I got it. So I got it rebuilt, paid $900, brought it to a shop. They just said they built it to be stronger. I have no clue if they're lying to me, but $900 out of my pocket. I don't know if I'm gonna do an automatic transmission. You guys were killing me in the comments. You said if I'm doing an engine like this, I cannot do an automatic transmission. I have to do something like a Tremec, a TKX, and I agree with you. And you said I can learn manual, and I also agree with you, and I really want to. But there's one thing holding me back from actually doing that, and that's $5,000. So I want to find a way to make that happen. I don't know. You describe your experience with manual transmission.
I think you could learn how to drive a stick. Go rent a car and learn how to drive it. Yeah. It's more fun driving a muscle car if it's a manual stick shift, controlling the clutch, the gears. It's just more fun shifting it. You enjoy it more. It's just. So
you want to buy it for me?
No, your mom could buy it.
Yeah. Right now, you guys know I'm in the process of welding everything together on this car, and it's taken a while. The final plan is to actually bring that finished, complete welded Fastback into the shop, put it on a rotisserie. My dad and I are gonna spend a long time doing body work to make that right. Actually, a majority of my time building this car is probably going to be spent on bodywork because I want to make it have a show car finish, and that requires a lot of work. But after we do all the body work, I want to decide on a color, and I think I already have it picked out, and no, it's not bullet green. Alright, so this is the painting booth at my uncle's shop. These are all the different colors, and it's for sure gonna be red. We're thinking candy apple, but like, look how many specific reds there are here. Like, how do you even decide? Those all look the same.
Here's the booth. They just finished touching up the car now.
Oh, it's orange.
It's a red.
But yeah, there's so many different colors, but I'm for sure doing candy apple. Also, Mazda makes such a good red. You've probably seen on the roads, but black would be nice, but it's just not standing out. I want something that stands out, so I paid $3,000 a month in insurance.
The heads are generally orange.
Why is that one in here? That doesn't match. Have you painted before? Any cars?
Not really. I have a lot of cars.
In here?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Like, why does it? You can prime, but you can't paint?
You would never let me paint.
See, like this red on this Cadillac is nice too. Like I think that would look like good on my car, but I want it a little more deeper and like darker, like a tint of black somehow. Like
I don't want maroon. I don't want maroon.
not maroon, yeah. But like
I want red, like a red.
Yeah. What about like this is over here?
I like the candy apple, like that car show one.
There's one car at a car show we saw. I'll put it up. The '66 Fastback, I think it was. It was beautiful. That's the color, and that was actual candy apple, like no variation difference in it. It was actual candy apple. So we're gonna try to find this candy apple color in my uncle's system right now. Wow, there she is. Look at that.
You think so?
I don't know. You got a better eye than me. That looks a little different, but I'm not sure.
I know.
I don't know. But let's go back and work on the Mustang. Now guys, I know I do not want to put an automatic transmission in this car. I originally did. I originally didn't care because I had the transmission, I got it built for 900 bucks, and I didn't know how to drive a manual. And I still don't know how to drive a manual, but I would love to learn because putting an automatic transmission in this Fastback, after the amount of money I spent, it would be a disservice. Not only to the Fastback, but just the car community in general. I've never even drove a manual car, but from what you guys tell me, it's a must-have. Now let's get this car freaking built. So now that you know what's going inside of this Fastback, I wanted to tell you what the name for this car is. And it's the Enzo. And no, not Enzo Ferrari, just Enzo. Now Enzo is our family's dog, and he's on the back of my shirt actually. And the reason I'm calling this car Enzo is because his growl sounds like an engine. Please don't call animal control on me, I promise he's fine, but I want you to hear his growl. Now, I am so excited to put that freaking engine in this car and actually start getting parts on it. I have a lot of cool stuff lined up, but if we're gonna get to the point where I can put the engine in the Enzo, we have a lot of stuff to do. And that is basically finish welding this and then doing the body work. I have been going around this car doing little odds and ends here to kind of tighten it up, but today I want to start fully welding on these quarter panels, which is something I've been very scared to do. My dad and I actually spent a long time getting this roof lined up and square and the right dimension in the back to fit the window glass. But that's all gonna change right now because I gotta take it off. And the reason I have to take this off is because the quarter is welded to the inner structure, which is under this roof. You know what they say, 2 steps backward, 1 step forward. And off comes the roof because we gotta get access to this quarter panel so we can actually weld it to the inner structure of the car. So I made little Sharpie lineup marks so I know that this roof goes back in the same position because I don't want to fight it again. Then I removed the self-tappers and took off the roof. I was expecting a fight. I know this is going to be hard to get off. We got to find a way to do it. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Now this is going to be the first piece I'm actually welding, and it's going to be this top of the quarter and right here. And I'm very excited to do that. So let me go get my welder. So then I bring out the welder, and that's when you know things are about to get serious. I start running self-tappers through the quarter panel, pulling it tight against the inner structure. No gaps and no flex, just metal hugging metal, the way it should be before a plug weld. Then I grab my secret weapon, a die grinder with a little diamond bit. I clean every hole spotless because sometimes the weld-through primer doesn't like to conduct well. And that's because at the end of the day, weld-through primer is just paint with a little bit of metal in it. And grinding the plug weld holes lets me weld metal on metal, so I don't end up getting a weak weld. And here's the result of just a few minutes of welding. Not too bad, but see those holes right there? I had to go on the backside and actually fill them. While I easily have access to it, might as well get it done. Then I got a big die grinder and took the bulk off of the welds. Got my mini die grinder to make it nice and flat, and then I completely removed the roof skin to give me a little more access because I actually wanted to grind this down and put a layer of paint over the drip rail, because one thing I learned about taking apart my old coupe is that it was just metal on metal that eventually ended up rusting. A layer of paint would hopefully give us a little bit of time. So then I moved to the other side and I had to do the same exact thing because there's 2 sides on every single car. This side went a lot quicker. Same exact thing on this side, grind it down a little bit, then put some black paint to protect against future rust, and then we're dancing on to the next menu item. Now these big rectangle looking holes are where the louvers go, but I'm actually going to put Shelby side scoops instead. Regardless, I gotta weld the quarter panel to the inner structure, so I got some clamps and then worked all the way around it to get it nice and flat. That is right, we are making some good progress. We got this part inside welded where I'm going to put the Shelby scoop at right here. I got it welded up top on both sides. And we got some paint down on both sides so it's not bare metal when I put the roof back over. Now moving forward right now, I'm probably gonna come back to this side and weld this side on where the Shelby scoop is, and then I'll probably move to the door jambs and get all this done in here. And I'm telling you, I say this every video. I know I got a lot of welders and fabricators that watch me. Welding on this car is the easy part. Like the welding I just did took maybe 10 minutes in total, but it's the prep work, the sanding, the painting, the priming, to be able to get to the point to squeeze the trigger. That's the hard part. I actually enjoy welding because it just makes me feel like, wow, I'm like making it structurally sound. So this whole quarter panel right here at the bottom attaches to the rocker, but you don't weld it from the outside. It's actually welded from the inside down here. You can see I got my holes in here pre-cut. The only thing that's sucky about this is there's not really a lot of room because I got these support braces in here, and to lay in here and weld this at any comfortable position, it's pretty much impossible, but we'll figure it out. I guess the best comfortable way to position, I put this creeper in here so I could just kind of lay across. I don't know if that's gonna really work though. Now I know welding these quarter panels on seems like a small, easy task. And besides trying to fit in here to do it, it is. But I'm really happy when I am welding this because it's officially marking the permanence of this quarter panel attaching to the rocker. What also is permanent is gonna be my pain for a couple of days. What an actual pain in the ASS that was. Getting in that angle, I couldn't even see. I was inhaling toxic air, and I'm probably gonna be sore for a week. But as you can see in here, I mean, they're not the prettiest, but that was a hard angle. It's all welded in my holes. And from the outside, you can kind of see the burn marks here, 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 and here, and that's pretty good. With bodywork, we'll never know. Hopefully. My dad's deciding to work on a different project that needs to get done. This is the gate that me and him built for the front, because every single morning when this gate wasn't here, I had to chase him because he ran away. Look at this video. Look at me running across the street. Look at this is me. Well, the unfortunate thing about working on a car is there's two sides to everything. So now I gotta break my back for the second time and do this side. But once that's done, and I can move on. And I don't think there's any other time I'm gonna be welding on this car in that type of position. I hope. Now, thankfully, this is gonna be the last time I'm breaking my back in this episode. But I just wanted to address, I know these rockers are galvanized metal that I'm welding to, but I actually grind it off so deep that the coating of galvanized metal is no longer there. I'm aching in pain right now. I'm just kidding. I'm really not that bad, but that was sore getting in there. Now we're gonna move on to, I'm gonna work my way back. So we got the inner, now we got it up here. Now I wanna finalize this piece right here. Now, I say now a lot. You guys already seen my door gap before. So the door gap is good, right? Like it's almost perfect. The only reason why I worry about this door gap is because we put the door back on and aligned it with the original coupe quarter panels, which is what you're supposed to do. But I just hope everything in the front with the fenders lines up and it can be adjusted. I know I can do the metal work and get it right, but it's still scary. Regardless to say, once I weld this in here, you guys can see all the little holes. It's in there. It's not coming out. I actually have a friend named David on Instagram who's also doing a conversion, and he had to drill his out. He sent me some text and he said it was a pain in the booty. So I'm hoping I can get it right the first time and not have to do what David did. I feel for him. Let's get started. Now to weld the lip of the quarter panel, but this time is a little different. All right, well, at least this time I can actually sit in a chair and not break my back. And look, I just gotta sit, lay back, and weld just like this. Now, the one thing about welding this side, we want to make sure that this is flat as possible to the actual inner structure, because if this is bumping out, then it's just going to be awkward to fill later with either Bondo or paint. So I want it nice and tight as freaking possible. So I'm going to utilize this hammer a ton and just constantly tap and weld, tap and weld, tap and weld. And honestly, tapping and welding is the common reoccurring theme while working on this car. And I don't mind it. It's actually kind of peaceful getting the work done. I got the first couple done, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And then you see this gap right here. I'm actually gonna try to fill that with weld. So let me see how good I can do with that. I'll probably turn the heat down and wire speed up a little bit. All right, I actually feel like that came out pretty good, and I think it will grind down really nice and flush. So that's pretty good there. Just did this side, and before I start grinding it down, I just wanna move right to the other side and actually get it out the way, because I know if I don't do it now, it will be like 3 weeks from now. What a terrible time to run out of welding wire. Because this is when I was the most committed to do this, and now I gotta go to the store and get wire. Right before they closed, I actually need a sponsorship from Harbor Freight at this point. If any of you guys own car companies and you want to sponsor something, let me know. Harbor Freight, you need to reach out. The last time I recorded was 2 hours ago because I went out and I got a piece of pizza and I sat in my room and back to welding. Same thing on this side. I'm gonna try to fill this gap. All right, you're gonna take out these screws. And just a small inconvenience later, we got this side welded in. Another part of the car fully done. Well, kind of, because we gotta grind this a lot, but that's down the road. So now that we got the door jambs, I have to move up. And I think the next thing I'm gonna do is just kind of tack this down right here. This is the inside where the window attaches, and I have to go all the way down on both sides. None of this order is what you're supposed to do. I'm just thinking in my head, like, I wanna move front to the back. It's also getting pretty late at night, and I really wanna go inside, but I haven't worked on the car all week because I've been sick. I had to leave it till last minute until I actually didn't have a headache and I could breathe and actually come in the garage and work. Being sick does suck, but it's not gonna stop me from making a video every single weekend to show you the process and progress of this fastback conversion. Well, that escalated quickly. I actually welded all the way down this entire side right here. Kind of cool. Quarter panel somewhat on. I mean, it's not falling off. So now it's welded here. It's welded down here. It's welded right here. And I didn't weld this drip rail yet just because it's an area that I want to make sure I get right. And I'm not in a mood to try to get things right now. I really want to go to bed. Now, I'm saying this on camera because it could come back to bite me. Hunter from Lost Soccer Garage told me a couple episodes back that this measurement from here to here being 20 and then this one being like 19 3/4, this being off might mess up fitting that windshield glass when time comes.
I'll tell you, and this is going to be probably not something you really want to hear, but if you're lower in one side, you're not going to be able to get that back window square for the life of you.
It's too hard for me to change all that, and I'm accepting my fate. I think I can make it work. I'm scared. So that's why I'm hesitant to do this side, because when it's welded, it's welded. But we got to get to work and do it anyways. So let's get some more welding. It's such a boring welding video today. But that boring welding is actually what's going to get this car closer to being on the road. I'm getting a little trigger happy here with the clamps because I'm just bored. Then it might have took me another 10 seconds to go down this side here and get it fully welded. I swear that took maybe 45 seconds to go from here to here. Whether that's a good thing, I'm not sure. But the point is, preparation, like putting all the clamps on and stuff like that, and just cleaning it, makes it go so much faster. Prep's the hard part. Now, one thing I'll openly admit to you, I am not the most organized person when it comes to tools and bedroom and stuff like that, but I'm trying to be recently, and it's because I feel like I'm so much more productive and willing to do things if I'm clean. So like just coming here, like after I'm done welding and putting the clamps back where they go, instead of letting them sit there for a week, that's something I struggle with, and I've been trying to keep a neater workshop so everything's organized and goes more smooth. And I know you guys probably already do that. You guys probably got the coolest workshops, but I'm trying to get better at it because one day I want to have a nice shop and I cannot let it be messy. So I've been trying to clean up more and keep my room. And I mean, that starts from making the bed in the morning. All right, taking another break because we got, look at this. Ooh, it's from the Polish Nook. Such a good restaurant. All right, so John Gretlin sent me this package and I'm very excited to open it. Have no clue what it is.
Oh, how nice.
Hey Anthony, I really enjoy your videos. I was inspired to get you some little tokens to continue to inspire you to keep going with your build. You are doing a great job and you too inspire others. I think it's packed pretty tightly, so start thinking, LOL. Everyone needs a little inspiration, so I hope this helps you on your journey. Keep up the good work. Best regards, John Gretlin. How freaking nice. I'm so excited.
Oh, that was so nice. Thank you.
What? Steve McQueen, a signed Steve McQueen poster.
Oh my God.
This is from the best car chase in the world with the Dodge Charger and the 68 Mustang.
Oh my God. That is so nice.
And the freaking, I think this is the license plate. Wow.
Oh my God, from California. Anthony, that is so nice.
John, thank you so much. This made my entire week, and I can't believe there's people out there like you that would actually do something like this. So God bless you. Be good, do good, and go Bills.